I'm Sridhar. In this video, I'm going to explain about the topic of solutions. Solutions. Okay, first of all, let us see the objectives in this topic is on completion of this period, you would be able to know the definitions of solution, solvent, solute, what are the aqueous solutions, types of solutions, saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated solutions, and also know about the solubility. Now let us see the types of mixtures. When two or more substances are mixed, two types of mixtures are formed, that is heterogeneous mixtures. Example: naphthalene and water, sand and water. These are the heterogeneous mixture. Okay, they cannot be combined with one another. And next one is composition of mixture is not a uniform. Okay, means okay, that not gives the uniform character. Okay, that can be in this we can easily separate it out the two parts. These components are identified separately. Okay, here we are discussing about the types of mixtures. Okay, when we take the two or more substances are mixed, we observe the two types of mixtures, that is heterogeneous mixtures, homogeneous mixtures. Heterogeneous mixtures, examples for this is naphthalene and water, sand and water. This composition of mixture is not a uniform, means does not contain any physical and chemical properties of in any part of that mixture. The components are identified individually and are separated. Next classification is homogeneous mixture. Example for this is salt and water, sugar and water. This composition of mixture is uniform, that is, in any part of that mixture is having the same type of properties and also having same type of density. Okay, here the mixture is, if it is uh, uniform, having the same kind of physical and chemical properties in any part of that mixture, that is a homogeneous mixture. If it is not uniform and we can separate from one another, that is called as heterogeneous mixture. Okay, in this homogeneous mixtures we cannot identify the components easily. Now let us see the differences between the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Are the homogeneous mixtures are completely uniformly mixed with one another, but not in heterogeneous mixture. In heterogeneous mixture, we can separate the components, but in homogeneous mixtures, we cannot separate. Okay, we can identify the components in the heterogeneous mixture, but we cannot be identify the components in the homogeneous mixture. For heterogeneous mixtures, the examples are naphthalene and water, sand and water. For homogeneous mixture, it is salt and water, sugar and water. Now let us see the definition of solution. What is a solution? A homogeneous mixture of two or more substances at a given molecular level or ionic level is called as solution. In examination point of view, they may ask us a question, what is a solution? A homogeneous mixture, just now we discussed that two or more components uniformly combined, and then mixture is called as homogeneous mixture. Okay, when salt is added to the water, salt disappears after some time. Okay, salt particles are uniformly distributed in the water. Salt is said to be dissolved in water to form a homogeneous mixture. A homogeneous mixture of two or more substances at a given molecular level or ionic level is called as solution. When salt is added to the water, salt disappears after some time. The salt particles are uniformly distributed in water. Salt is said to be dissolved in water to form the homogeneous mixture. The such homogeneous mixtures are called as solutions. Here, the salt is dissolved in water completely, and that will be completely disappears in that because of it is uniformly distributed into the water. In that mixture, when we observe any part, it has same type of physical and chemical properties. Then it is called as homogeneous mixture. Okay, this kind of mixtures are called as solutions. Now let us see what is a binary solution. A solution containing two components is called as binary solution. Now let us see the definitions of solvent and solute. Now let us see solvent. The component present in large quantity in a solution is known as solvent. The component present in large quantity in a solution is known as solvent. This is a substance that dissolve another substance. Okay, here this is a substance that dissolves another substance. Solvent has same physical state as solution. Okay, this solvent has same physical state as solution. For example, salt in water. Salt in water means here the water is a solvent. Okay, the solution is having the solvent nature. Okay, the solvent has the same physical state of the solution. Now let us see the definition of the solute. The component present in lesser in quantity in a solution is called as solute. This undergoes the dissolution in the another substance. This undergoes dissolution in another substance. For example, salt plus water used as to salt solution. Means here the salt is a solute. Okay, this can be dissolved in the water. Okay, here the water is a solvent. Then getting the mixture is called as homogeneous mixture, that is treated as solution. Here the lesser quantity is here is solute, larger quantity is solvent. Means here the lesser quantity of the mixture is salt and a larger quantity in this mixture is water as a solvent. Now let us see the definitions of aqueous solution. The solutions containing water as a solvent are called as aqueous solutions. The solutions containing water as a solvent is called as aqueous solution. Okay, water is considered as a universal solvent since it dissolves many substances in it. Water dissolves gases like air that may contains oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, etc. Ammonia, sulfur dioxide, HCl, etc. The liquids are like alcohol, acetone, H2SO4, glycerol, etc. Okay, these are solids like salt, sugar, glucose, ammonium chloride, etc. These are all the substances dissolved in water. Okay, water is considered a universal solvent. Then here we just now we discuss the solutions containing water as a solvent. Then it is called as aqueous solutions. Okay, this is here the water is a solvent. It is a universal solvent. Okay, which can dissolve the gases like air, ammonia, sulfur dioxide, HCl, etc. And liquid type substances are alcohol, acetone, H2SO4, glycerol, etc. Salts may be solids like materials are salts, sugar, glucose, ammonium chloride, etc. These are all can be capable to dissolve in the water, and it produces aqueous solution of particular solution. And now next one is alcoholic solution. Alcoholic solution. Solutions containing alcohol as a solvent are called as alcoholic solutions. And next one is ammonical solution. The solutions containing ammonia as a solvent are called as ammonical solutions. Next one is non-aqueous solutions. The solutions containing other organic solvents such as chloroform, carbon tetrachloride, benzene, etc. Okay, here we discuss what is the aqueous solutions, what is the alcoholic solutions, what is the non-aqueous solutions, what is the ammonical solutions, etc. Okay, aqueous solution means water as a solvent. In alcoholic solution is alcohol as a solvent. The ammonical solution in ammonia is a solvent. In non-aqueous solutions, other than water that may have, other than organic solvents that may have chloroform, carbon tetrachloride, etc. Okay, are called as non-aqueous solutions. Now let us see the types of solutions. Based on the physical state of the solvent, solutions are classified into three types. That is gaseous solutions, liquid solutions, and solid solutions. Now let us see the types of solutions based on the amount of dissolved in given solvent. Solutions are three types, that is saturated solution, unsaturated solution, and supersaturated solutions. Now let us see the classification of solutions based on physical state, that is gaseous solutions. Okay, first one is in this gaseous state of solutions, gas is a solvent. The solute may be solid or liquid or gas. Example here, a gas in gas. Here the solid is, here the one gas is a solvent, one gas is a solute. A liquid in a gas. Here the liquid is a solute, gas is a solvent. Water vapor in air. Water vapor in air. Air is the water vapor in air. Air is the solvent. The liquid droplets, water droplets are solutes. The perfumes, and the perfume contains the mainly gas that having some small amount of liquid droplets. And next one is a solid in a gas. Example, iodine in water, camphor in air, iodine in water. Cam camphor in air. Iodine. Iodine is here a solvent solute. Air is a solvent. Camphor is a solute. Air is gas as a solvent. Now let us see the classifications of liquid solutions and gases. Just now we discussed here gaseous solutions, that may be gas in gas, liquid in gas, and solid in a gas. Here the gaseous solutions, the classification is a gas in gas. Example is air. The main is nitrogen is in excess amount that acts as solvent. Other gases are acts as solutes. And next one is a liquid in a gas. Here is water vapor in air. Air is the solvent. Water vapor, that is liquid droplets, are solute. Perfumes, liquid droplets are dispersed into the air. Means here air is the solvent. Liquid droplets are solute. Next one is a solid in a gas. Solid in a gas. Okay. Iodine in air. Iodine in air. Camphor in air. Camphor is on burning, it produces the flame. Here the air is the solvent. Camphor is here solute. This is the classification of gaseous fuels. Now let us see liquid solutions. These are again three types. In this kind of liquid solutions, liquid is a solvent, solute may be solid or liquid or gas. So that is a gas in liquid, liquid in liquid, and solid in liquid. Now let us see a gas in liquid. Soda water. Example is soda water. Here liquid is a solvent. Liquid is a solvent. The carbon dioxide is inserted in that liquid, that is gas. Is a solute. And next one is a liquid in liquid. Alcohol in water. Here the alcohol is solute. Water is a solvent. A solid in liquid. A solid in liquid. Example: salt and water. Water is a solvent. Solute is here salt and sugar. The lesser quantity of the binary solution is here salt and water is a solute. The more quantity of this binary solution is water. Liquid in liquid, alcohol in water. Now next classification is solid solutions. In this kind of solid solutions, solid is solvent. Solute may have solid or liquid or gas. A gas in a solid. Hydrogen in nickel or palladium. Nickel or palladium is here solid in state. Hydrogen is lesser in amount. Then that is solute. A liquid in a solid. Zinc amalgam. Mercury is in lesser quantity in zinc, and it is an example for the liquid in zinc, liquid in solid. And next one, the last one is a solid in solid. Brass, copper and zinc. Bronze, copper and stainless. Okay, the examples for this is brass and bronze for solid in solid solutions. A gas in a liquid, a gas in a solid, hydrogen in nickel or palladium, a liquid in solid, amalgams, a solid in solid is brass, bronze, etc. Let us see once again. This one is gaseous solutions. The gas is a solvent. Solute may be solid or liquid or gas. First one is gas in a gas. Example: air, a liquid in gas, water vapor in air, perfume, and solid in liquid. Solid in gas. That is hydrogen, iodine in air, camphor in air. And next one is liquid solutions. These are again three types. In this liquid solutions, solvent is liquid. The solute may be solid or liquid or gas. Example: a gas in a liquid, soda water, a liquid in a liquid, alcohol in water, a solid in a liquid, salt water, sugar water. Next one is solid solutions. In the case of solid solutions, solute solvent is solid. The solute may be solid or liquid or gas. Here it is a gas in a solid is hydrogen in and hydrogen and palladium. A liquid in a solid is mercury in zinc. A solid in solid example is brass and bronze. Next one is saturated solution. Saturated solution. This is a solution which cannot be dissolved some more amount of solute at a given temperature. A solution in which the maximum amount of solute is dissolved in water. A solution which can be dissolved in some more amount of solute at a given temperature. Take same water in a beaker and add salt. Stir the mixture and salt dissolves. Go on adding salt till some left in the undissolved. Then the solution formed is called as saturated solution. Okay, the maximum of solute dissolved in a solution is called as saturated solution. Now let us see unsaturated solution. Unsaturated solution. A solution in which the capable of dissolving the more some more amount of solute at a given temperature is called as unsaturated solution. Okay, this is a solution which can be capable of dissolving some more amount of solute at a given temperature. Take some water in a beaker and add sugar. Stir the mixture, the sugar dissolves. Add some more sugar and also which can be dissolved. All such solutions the capable of dissolving some more solute are called as unsaturated solution. And next one is supersaturated solution. Take some water in a beaker and add hypo. Go on adding hypo till the saturated solution forms. Some substance is left undissolved. Now heat the beaker. The excess hypo dissolves. Cool to the room temperature. Now the solution contains more salts. This is called a supersaturated solution. Okay, the saturated a solution which can be capable of some more amount of solute in a some more amount of the solute after capable of a solution which can capable of accepting of more amount of solute even after saturation is called a supersaturated solution and it is unstable. And next one is concentrated and dilute solution. The amount of solute present in a given amount of a solution is called as concentration. The amount of solute present in a given amount of solution is called as concentration. The solutions containing relatively more amount of solute are called as concentrated solutions. The solutions containing relatively less amount of solute are called as dilute solutions. Example 1 sodium carbonate solution is a concentrated solution, whereas 0.1 sodium carbonate solution is a dilute solution. The next one is solubility nature. All the substances do not dissolve in the same extent in different solvents. The target, the weight of the substances in grams, which can be dissolved in 100 grams of solvent at a given temperature, is called as solubility. Okay, its solubility depends on nature of the solute and solvents, pressure and temperature of solution. Okay, period, in this half period, we have learned about the definition of the solution, solvent, solute, aqueous solutions, alcoholic solutions, non-aqueous solutions, saturated solution, unsaturated solution, and supersaturated solution. Concentrated and dilute solution. Here is the concentrated solution is nothing but the supersaturated solution and dilute solution. Let us see some quiz questions on this. A solution is a homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. The right answer is B. Which is an aqueous solution? A. Naphthalene and benzene, ethyl chloride and carbon tetrachloride, sodium chloride and hypo, alcohol and acetic acid. Next question is, an example of solid solution is iodine in air, carbon dioxide in water, salt in water, copper and zinc alloy. The right answer is copper and zinc alloys. NaCl soluble in benzene, chloroform, water, carbon tetrachloride. The right answer is water. NaCl soluble in benzene, chloroform, water, carbon tetrachloride. Right answer is water. The next one is, naphthalene is insoluble in water, benzene, carbon tetrachloride, and chloroform. The right answer is water. It is a naphthalene is a non-conductor. And next one is, the frequently asked questions and these terms are solution, solvent, and solute. Definitions of concentrated and dilute solutions. Define saturated and unsaturated, supersaturated solutions. Okay, next one is, what is a standard solution? A solution whose concentration is exactly known is called as standard solutions. Standard solutions are used to determine the concentration of unknown sources. The concentration of sodium hydroxide solution can be determined titrating it with the HCl or H2SO4 solution. How to prepare the standard solution? Standard solutions are prepared using volumetric flasks of different volumes. They are available 100 ml, 250 ml, 500 ml, 1 liter and 200 ml. Okay, the required amount of solute calculated by using this formula is W is equals to molarity into gram molecular weight into volume in liters. The solute is used weight using the simple balance. The substance is transferred into a volumetric flask using funnel. The solution is prepared by the adding the distilled water up to the mark. Okay, these figures of the volumetric flask like this. Okay, this one is a 5,000, 500, 250 and 100 ml. The method of expressing a concentration of the solution. The relative amount of solute and solvent in a solution is taken as the concentration solution. Okay, the concentration of solution is expressed in different ways. They are molarity, normality, mole fraction, etc. The molarity, the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution, is known as molarity, and it is denoted by capital M. Then molarity is equals to 1 by 7, means 7 parts of the 7 parts in one of the 7 parts. The substance which containing Avogadro number of particles in an atoms are ions or molecules. Okay, then molarity is equals to number of moles of solute divided by the volume of the solution in liters. That is, capital M is equals to small n by V, where n is equals to Avogadro number, V is the frequency of the velocity, etc. Then molarity is equal to W by GMW into 1 by V in liters, where M is equals to W by GMW into 1 by V in liters, and W is equals W molarity is equals to W by GMW into 1 by V in liters, or M is equals to W by GMW into 1 by 1000 by V in liters. If volume is in milliliters, then M is equals to W by GMW into 1000 by V in milliliters. Where W is equals to weight of the solute in grams. GMW is the gram molecular weight of a solute. V is the volume of the solution. Units for the molarity is moles per liter, or in capital M. Molarity depends on temperature, as it is defined in terms of volume. Molarity decreases with increasing of temperature. 1 mole of a solute in 1 liter of solution, then it is known as molar solution. If 0.1 m solution is considered as decimolar solution. If it is 0.01 m solution is a centimolar solution. 0.5 m solution is called as semimolar solution. If it is 1 molar concentration, that is 1 molar solution. 0.1 m, it is decimolar solution. If it is 0.01 m, solution is called a centimolar solution. If it is 0.5 m, solution is known as semi-molar solution. Then calculation parts of the molarity. Let us see one example. Find the molarity of the solution containing 6.3 grams of oxalic acid. 6.3 grams of oxalic acid, that is H2C2O4 2H2O in 500 ml solution. Now let us see the first the given data is means here we are taking formula of this particular method, that is m is equals to W by GMW into 1000 by V in milliliters, where W is equals to weight of the solute is 60.3 grams, gram molecular weight of the oxalic acid is 126 already is given in the question. V is the volume of the solution, that is 500 ml. Then the right answer is 6.3 into 10 by 126 into 1000 by 100, then it equals to 0.1 m concentration. The calculation of the molarity, problem number 2. 10.6 grams of sodium carbonate is dissolved in water to prepare the amount of 250 ml. What is its molarity? Now let us see here the problem can be solved by using this W by GMW into 1000 by V in milliliters, where W is equals to weight of the solute equal to 10.6 grams. Gram molecular weight is for the sodium carbonate is 106. V is the volume of the solution, that is 250 ml. Okay, when we substitute these values in this equation, 10.6 by 10 106 into 1000 by 250, here already all the information is given, that is 10.6 is the weight of the sodium carbonate, and its gram molecular weight is here 106 into 1000 by V in meters. Okay, V in liters. Then we get here 0.4 m. Okay, other relationships moving molarity. Calculation of weight of the solute. The amount of solute required to prepare the solutions of the volume. The amount of solute present in a given volume of the solution is given by W equal to m into GMW into V in liters. Okay, then calculation of the weight of the solute. How much of glucose present in the 0.2 m solution of 500 ml of volume? The weight of the glucose calculated by as follows: W is equals to m into GMW into V in liters. Already given the given data is molarity of the solution is 0.2 m. Glucose gram marker weight is 180. The volume of the solution is here 500 ml. Then we substitute those values in this equation. Then we get here 18 grams. Okay, calculate the amount of the oxalic acid required to prepare 0.25 m solution of 100 ml of value. The amount of oxalic acid required, W is equals to m into GMW into V in liters. Then here the answer is the gram molecular weight of oxalic acid is 126. Volume is 400 ml. On simplification, we get here 12.6 grams of oxalic acid required. That Problem number seven. How many liters of water is to be added to the 2 liters of 5m H2SO4 to make a 0.5 m solution? Okay, this principle P involves here m1 v1 equal to m2 v2. v1 equal to concentration of solution 2 liters here. m1 is the molarity of the concentrated solution is 5m. v2 is the question mark. m2 is the solution is 0.5 m. Okay, when we substitute these values in this equation, we get here 20 something. Problem number 8. In your chemistry in the lab, there is a solution of the 5 liters with concentration of 22m and add 15 times of water to the to add the solution. What is will be the happen? What will the concentration of the resulting solution? Solution equal to first principle to the applied, that is v1 equal to v1 volume of the first solution equal to 5 liter. For m1 is the molarity of the first solution is 2m. v2 is the volume of the second solution is 5 plus 15, that is 20 liters. When we substitute these values in this equation, m2 equal to 0.5 m. Okay, in this video we have learned about the standard, what is the standard solution, how to prepare, and a method of expression of concentrating of solutions, molarity expressions, and other calculating molarity. Okay, other technology shifts involved in this molarity. This problem, etc. Which questions are molarity is expressed in terms of W by the MW into 1000 by V in milliliters. Now let us next question is units of molarity is moles per liter, grams per liter, liter per mole, grams per mole. The right answer is moles per liter. Question number 3. 10.6 grams of sodium carbonate dissolved in 100 ml of solution is its molarity. 2m, 0.5m, 1m, 0.6m. Question number. The frequently asked questions are in this topic is study the standard solution, define the molarity, and give it the mathematical expressions and units. Problems and calculation of molarity. Problems and calculation of the types of the solute, weights of the solute. Okay, thank you.